Chinese President Xi Jinping has called for an all-out search and rescue operation following the country's deadliest tremor in nearly a decade. At least 127 people were killed after a 5.9 magnitude earthquake struck northwestern China. More than 700 others are injured.
Panic in a restaurant in Gansu province the moment patrons realized what had just struck. The powerful tremor hitting shortly before midnight, sending residents fleeing into the below-freezing temperatures outdoors. State news agency Xinhua reported the magnitude as 6.2, the U.S. Geological Survey as 5.9. The shaking could be felt in cities as far as 500 kilometers away, disrupting power and water supplies in areas around the epicenter. In the neighbouring province of Qinghai, at least a dozen people died. As day broke, the extent of the damage became clear. Buildings reduced to rubble and thousands of homes damaged. A village in Qinghai province was half covered in brown silt following a landslide triggered by the earthquake. Thousands of emergency and military workers have been deployed, but their toil is proving to be challenging, having to dig through rubble in freezing conditions with temperatures below minus 13 degrees Celsius in a high-altitude area. Time is also running out for those who remain trapped. Authorities have raised the earthquake emergency response to level 2 out of 4. Level 1 is the most severe. Some $28 million in natural disaster relief funds have been allocated to the affected provinces.
Well, Olivia Xiong joins us live from Beijing. Olivia, we're talking about below freezing temperatures, minus 17 degrees Celsius tonight. Workers are braving this cold and remote and difficult terrain. What's the update on rescue and search and rescue operations?
Weisu resources and personnel have been mobilized to the disaster area, and we are hearing reports from authorities that they have managed to rescue about 70 people that had been trapped as a result of this earthquake and relocated hundreds of others as well, even though the death toll has continued to climb. Now, the military is also involved. They have sent down an emergency command team as well as relief supplies on a military aircraft to the disaster area, and we're also hearing more reports of what happened when the quake struck. We heard about students who had to break through a glass door to escape their dorm when the door couldn't be opened. Also reports of villagers digging through the rubble with their own bare hands to rescue their neighbors. There have been questions as to why this earthquake has been so disruptive, and according to some experts that have been quoted in Chinese media, this area is in an earthquake-prone zone. We have also seen landslides collapse structures, which have also affected homes and blocked roads to the disaster area. The quake took place also, if you recall, close to midnight, and that may have caught many off guard as well. The biggest challenge, though, remember, is that this earthquake had taken place in a high-altitude area and amid the thick of winter. And so time is really of the essence for those rescue operations. Daylight hours are short, and experts say that the low temperature will affect the survival rate of those who may still be trapped under the rubble. It also affects rescue work, as we know that water, electricity, heating, and other infrastructure has been affected, although being slowly restored. And we heard also about snow and ice along the roads leading to the disaster area as well. And rescue personnel are being advised to guard against hypothermia as these operations continue through the night. Weisu.
Olivia, as you mentioned, this is a tectonically active area. It's also relatively remote and impoverished in China. So homes that might be already more flimsy. What's being done to help those who have already lost their homes and even now need shelter before their entire lives can be rebuilt?
So we have to remember that there is the group of over 700 that are injured and are receiving treatment. Medical personnel from around the country and the neighboring regions have been sent to help with that. Reports also saying that, as you mentioned, many of these homes that have been damaged are in the rural areas, which can't really withstand such earthquakes. We're also hearing of these courtyard walls that have been collapsed as well. We know that hundreds have been relocated. Arrangements are being made for them as temperatures are expected to drop to as low as -14 degrees Celsius in the next few days. We saw images of those who escaped their homes outdoors, sitting around a fire. We also see reports of relocation points being set up, with tents set up and people lining up for a hot meal that's being provided to them. China's top leader, Chinese President Xi Jinping, early on had called for, quote, all-out search and rescue efforts for the injured to be treated, to minimize casualties and for damaged infrastructure to be repaired. At the same time, relief supplies are being distributed. We're talking about tents, foldable beds, quilts, anything that will help these people stay warm until they can return home. Wei Su.
Thanks for the update. Olivia Xiong reporting live there from Beijing.